Hey folks, it's June 6, 6:45 at night. I'm getting ready to head home. Nothing goes fast, but today what I did is this little piece here. I put that in, and that's my soffit vent, and then I put the bottom tin around it. And there was a fair amount of little work to do. And then, like over here, up there, you can see it. Yeah, you can see the little hole. I had that. And what I did is I milled the piece over here because I had the same situation. And you can see what I did is up on top of that board, which I had to put in today. I have another little piece there. Yesterday, Linda, so that's about what I did today. That and, did some planning. Yesterday, Linda and I worked quite a bit of the day together, and you see that board there, and what that does is it butts up against the white metal piece that comes in on the underside of the soffit, and then here, for instance, that's sort of the way it looks, and with that piece does there that I was talking about is that covers that hole. And so Linda and I would get up there with pieces ranging anywhere from 8 to 16 feet, and we would take a clamp and we'd clamp it so that it was nice and straight, that board, and then we'd run it down. So we ran it all the way down here, and you can see right there is right against that. So we got that all done, and then we did the dangerous side, which is the east side, and went all the way down to the very end with that board. Now, I'm really focusing on trying to get the outside stuff as much done as I can now that the weather is nice. And so you'll see a lot of outside work being done here. For instance, I've got to do the metal that goes along the fascia. The fascia is the outside of that board. You'll see that being done here in the next 2 weeks or so. You'll see these corner features getting filled in and framed in. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. They'll all get framed in. One of the things that's on my bucket list for tomorrow is I'm going to make a door frame for the garage service door. Because remember, I'm going to be making my own door. So from here all the way across to here is 38¼ inches, and my door will be 36 wide, and I'll use 1.5 inches of additional space for the lumber for the framing that the door will swing in and out on. The next thing, so I'll end up with 37½ inches of lumber, 36 plus 1.5, 3/4 and 3/4 equal 1.5. And then I will end up with 36 or 37.5 versus that 38 1/4 width that opening is, and that's so that I can shim the door frame. My door will not be exactly 96 inches, which is 8 feet, because I don't have enough room. I did a measurement, and you'll see here that my rough opening is 95 3/4 from the concrete to the top of the door. So I'll probably leave 1/2 inch at the top. So 95 3/4, which was the height, minus 1/2 would give me 95 1/4, minus 3/4 inch, which is what the frame board is. That would say that my door height would probably be 94 1/2 inches. So, you know, that's to start with. And so tomorrow what I'm going to do is work on that. I'm going to, my jointery on the door frame, you know, you could nail it, you could screw it, the 3 boards, you know, the top and the 2 sides. But instead I'm going to try to router it with what they call I think it was called a through dovetail joint. And that's where on the board I have bits that will make the boards so that I can slide one into the other. And I believe what that will do for us is make a very strong joint, is my hope. So my doors may end up having to be a little bit less than that 94 1/2 that I just talked about. Maybe they'll be 93, but whatever it is, there'll be some pretty high doors. And again, I'm doing that because most of my doors on the inside and the exterior facing will all be custom high doors, whether they're exterior or interior. So I'm going to go home right now. I'm going to probably study up on the routering, and then I'll be back in the morning. Thanks for following our progress.